Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross, and you're listening to the Money Gym podcast, where I interview successful entrepreneurs and investors and ask them if they could go back in time and give their younger selves one big tip about money, what would it be? I really hope you enjoy the show. A holiday-loving girl in a tough world, Irene Liddle has carved out a successful consultancy advising grizzled construction veterans how to run their businesses better, helping clients win prestigious awards, get featured on TV, and grow from 5 to 85 million in just 8 years. Irene Liddle is the owner of Building Top Companies. She started work in the building game at the age of 6 by helping out in her dad's joinery workshop. After becoming a mother at just 17, Irene then started a varied career path with a few different construction contractors. Now a marketing and business improvement specialist within the construction sector, Irene helps company owners build their company by attracting and retaining more clients, creating more profits, and having a better future. Before moving to self-employment, Irene, in an 8-year period, contributed towards her last employer, growing from a 5 million to an 85 million turnover business with 500 employees, increasing profitability year on year and being high on the Sunday Times Best Companies to Work For list. Recent results include clients' business improvement projects identifying £250,000 worth of savings, clients winning over 25 million worth of work in an extra competitive market in the last 36 months, creating and implementing marketing plans that position clients as a sought-after expert in their specialism, and developing a client's business to win national business awards, including becoming Construction's SME of the Year. Passionate about business, Irene says she loves business in the same way a lot of her clients love their football team. Let's hear what she's got to say on the topic of money, shall we? Talk to me. Now, I know that you've always, from that early start, I know that you've always been quite good with money, haven't you?
Well, it's definitely an area probably has the most room for improvement in my life. I'm certainly better than I was, but yeah, definitely an area for improvement.
Is this money management we're talking about here?
Well, I think it's money management and shifting the mindset of earning more than just enough. So maybe is that now I've had this call thinking about the parents thing, making just enough to maintain that, I have a very nice life, as I've said to you.
You're definitely someone who I think of as an extremely successful person. So when you're saying just enough, I think you're meaning more than most people would think as just.
Well, it always comes from your own perspective, doesn't it? Because I'm sure there are many multi-millionaires who.
Say, how does she live on that?
And in the same way as that, other people would look at the life that I have and say, oh well, maybe one day.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm good at making enough to deliver the lifestyle that I have now. What I'm shifting into more, again, because of my education and how I'm constantly learning from other entrepreneurs, is that, that has to change. I'm in my mid-40s now. It's time. It's time to really think about.
You're going to go for a big push, are you?
Oh, definitely. And it's already happening. As I say, I'm trebling my turnover this year from last year. So, and that will continue without a shadow of a doubt.
And that's nice because you're doing it for fun and for the challenge and for to see if you can, and for the growth and the learning, and that's a great place to start from.
It is a great place to start, and again, it's being clear about what it is that you want. So the vision that I have for my future isn't the life that I'm living now.
Okay, and it needs more of a step up financially to support it.
It does, and I think a different way as well, because I've never been in the position until now that's about to change, but investing in a different way. So at the a lot of my finances have gone to living my life. Now I'm thinking about, well, okay, so now I need to think about investing in different things. And a couple of books that I've read and I can recommend to absolutely everyone. It's The Richest Man in Babylon. Definitely. And of course, ye old favourite, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad, such a life-changing book for so many people, isn't it?
I've bought that book for so many people.
Yeah.
I buy books for people all the time and send them this.
Whether they like it or not. Have you read
exactly?
Have you read Rich Dad's Guide to Investment?
I have it.
Oh, you must read this one. It's awesome. I actually think it's one of the best books, apart from the first one, that he's ever done. And the first 2/3 of it, although it's set in America, so it does talk about the American investing system quite a lot, it really makes you realise about the difference between naive and sophisticated investors. And then the final third of the book is about how to build a business that other people would want to invest in.
Definitely.
So that's really pretty crucial stuff as well. What did you like about Richest Man in Babylon? Because I remember that as a nice story, but I don't remember particularly getting any practical.
I can remember the thing that I took most from there was I think it was where I first heard about the saving the 10% or putting the 10% of what you earned to one side to do different things. And it was very easy. It was a very easy read because it was a story.
It's a nice story. Yeah, I'm really desperately trying to get my children to embrace that concept right now. A typical conversation with a 16-year-old. So what about this 10%? Oh, I earned this much, Mum, because he's just got a job at a local restaurant. I earned this much the other night, including the tips. I said, so are you going to put 10% of that away then for your life cushion fund, as my daughter's calling it? Oh yeah, I'll do that after I've been to the board riders festival. I said, no, that's not the way you do it now. You're supposed to put the 10% away and then save for the board riders festival, not wait till you've done that bit and then start saving.
Definitely, but I can definitely recommend to people, if they aren't already, that they get themselves set up with a cash flow.
Yes.
And another tip that I got from your good self.
The cash flow forecast. We talk about that a lot.
Helped immensely. It took away the worry of the unknown, and for me brought certainty of me realising the financial position, whether positive or maybe it's been a little bit of a scrape area of the reality. It brought the reality there, and that was great.
I love it because it's
I update that weekly now.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
I update that weekly.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot on this podcast, and the weekly cash flow forecast is what we're talking about here. And Irene embraced that with open arms, didn't you?
I did, definitely. And one final thing on money is not undercharging for projects.
And how do you do that?
Making sure that you're charging enough for the project that you feel happy with, because once again, I know from experience that it's quite soul destroying for a period of time, that feeling that you're working for next to nothing on a project. Gladly I've gotten over that.
Was it just the experience of working when you've charged too little for the work and getting to the point where you think, I'm not doing that again? Was that what tipped you over into being able to charge more?
It was, and I think it's so easy to put a proposal in for a piece of work or whatever, and think, oh my goodness, that seems a lot. From your map of the world and from your perspective. So you shave a bit off, and then you go to the clients and realise they don't blink an eyelid really. Right, I'll learn for that experience.
I often tell the story of when I rocked up to London to pitch for a gig that was the most expensive pitch I'd ever done so far, and the clients bit my arm off, and I found out afterwards they'd been paying twice as much for a quarter of the work previously. You just need to know.
But I think it's something that you need to go through yourself.
You've been listening to Nicola Cairncross on the Money Gym podcast. If you'd like to find out more about the Money Gym and how we can help you become more financially intelligent, just come on over to themoneygym.com. We'll see you over there.